Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Yekadantascha Kapilo Gadakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhrumaketurganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Suklam Bharadharam Vishnum Sativarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Yatyat Virada Vaktradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nighanti Satatam Vishwatsenam Tamastraye Ma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhisakshine Krishna Dvaipaya Namvyasam Sarva Bhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Bande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasra Netrarana Padabaho Sahasranamam Savanam Prachastam Niruchyate Janmajara Dishantyai. Now with Bhagavan's grace, we came up to Aniruddha Achishmanashile Kumbho Siddhatma Visodana Aniruddha Apratirataha Pradyumnaha Amita Vikramaha. We covered that. Right? No. And then, no, we didn't go into. Huh? So, Aniruddha, Apratirataha, Pradyumnaha, Amita Vikrama, we have got. Okay. So, we came up to, so we did Archishmana Chida Kumbho Visuddhatma Visodhanaha. Okay. Aniruddho Pratirata Pradyumno Mita Vikramaha. Aniruddha Apratirataha Pradyumnaha Amita Vikraha. Now, Aniruddha. Now, in this division that our elders have given, probably a little bit confusing, but the divisions are there are 4 Vyugam, as they say. Okay, Vyugam, you know what that means. And you have Krishna, you have Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, right? And out of that, this Aniruddha is one of them. But the word Niruddha, Aniruddha comes. It's very beautiful. It simply means somebody who is unstoppable. Unstoppable. So imagine, everything else in this world can be stopped. There is a higher force. There is a stronger force that can stop it, isn't it? But the force of love, the force of prema is unstoppable. It doesn't matter whatever, however much enmity somebody may have, how much jealousy some may have, whatever the people hit you with, or your mind own plays games, right? Whatever it is, a dose of love will always overpower that. Unstoppable. Aniruddha. And when you really think about it, even with the limited intelligence we all have, we can, even in our own mind, we can imagine the unstoppability of love, isn't it? And just the power of loving hug, for example, cures everything. Everything becomes pulverized. Unstoppable. That is Aniruddha. Now, and so we said Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Janardana, Pradyumna. These are the 4 Vigrahangas, Vyuhangas, out of which we talked about Vasudeva before. So the Aniruddha. Same aspect. Vasudeva being one who is resident and effulgent, shining in effulgence in every Vasus. Vasus means all of us. all the beings, all the Jantukar, not only Jantukar, everything, 8.4 billion types of creations in the world, everyone is a Vastu. And the one that is resident, and because he is resident, the thing shines. Because it shines, and the same the light within me, I'm able to see it or perceive it, isn't it? So that is Vasudeva. So now Aniruddha we saw. Okay? Again, it is the different aspects of prema only. In a cognizable way. Isn't it? In an understandable way. Ununderstandable is, unstoppable. So I begin to understand it. But it's beyond that. Right? So next one is, if it is unstoppable, apratirataha, aniruddho pratirata, we say like that. Now, if you see in your slokam, there will be S there. Now, that S is put there because A. So, aniruddha apratirataha. Okay? So, rataha means warrior, one who fights. Pratirataha, one who fights back. Apratirataha is one who has none that can fight back. It's like Parikshit, Parikshit, when he was so full of love and so full of prema, because of his love to Bhagavan Krishna, it's so total it was, all the greatest warriors fell down at his feet and did namaskara. So apratirataha. Apratirataha means one who has no enemies. Enemy means one who fights back. When you have nobody to fight back, no enemies. So prema actually has no enemies because there is a beautiful characteristic of prema that we all can experience in our own life. When does the problem come in life when you really look at it on a practical basis? When there is exclusion, isn't it? If I'm excluded from a group, I feel hurt, right? If I'm excluded in something else, right? Because that's rejection. Exclusion is a form of rejection, right? And rejection is something that none of us can take. I may put whatever show outside, but inside there will be hurt, isn't it? So when there is no exclusion at all, when there is zero exclusion, not only that there is zero exclusion, there is 100% inclusion, inclusiveness. When that inclusiveness is there, okay, how can there be an enemy? That is a characteristic of prema. Prema only includes, it expands, it embraces, no differentiation. That is the beauty of prema. Think about it. See how the moment I get a position or I get lots of money, then immediately I want to protect my money, exclude people, right? Immediately enmity comes. So many problems I create myself because I am stopping. It's like a dam that has got a sluice gate that is closed. I'm putting it for selfishness. The moment I open it, the love flows and there's no enemy. Isn't it? That simple practical things, how Bhagavan is present within each one of us. So that is then Pradyumnaha is another. So Aniruddho Pratirata Pradyumno plus Pradyumnaha. Amita Vikramaha, it comes like that. Pradyumnaha, that is the fourth Vyuga. Now, you see that's a fourth Da, right? So Da is that, not the third Da, right? Pradyumnaha. It means one who has the one who is present in the form of most supreme wealth. Pradyumnaha, one who is present in the form of the most supreme wealth. So what is the most supreme wealth? For a second. The moment we say wealth, we all think money only. That's the way we are trained today. Previously, in my younger days, and probably you experienced it too when you were growing up in school, wealth did not mean money automatically to us. Wealth meant character. Wealth meant scholarship. Somebody who was well-read may be very poor, but we respected him, like our teachers, school teachers and all that. They didn't have money, but they commanded tremendous respect. somewhere along the line, the past few decades, we think wealth means only money. Another thing is, now we don't even notice our health, for example. We notice it when we start losing it. So isn't that net wealth? Everything I have, like that I can go on infinitely. Everything you have, think really honestly, take the time. Time is wealth. We take it for granted. Isn't it? Like everything that I have, been given to me is wealth. That is Mahalakshmi. Make a list of all the things I have. Take a piece of paper and write. Honestly within yourself, you'll be amazed how much you have, how much has been given. Okay? And also, the things that I don't have, that is also wealth. Because you don't know what, along with that, if I want $1 million, it comes, I look at only the $1 million, but along with that, so many other things come. Fear comes, jealousy comes, right? Fear of losing it, then mind anxiety comes, mental peace is lost. So many other things are there. It doesn't come by itself. That is why we should never be attached to money. Money we should respect, worship, but it's also a form of God, but never be attached. It comes and goes. Right? So when you look at like this is why there is a beautiful saying, and that's something that I feel all of us should really blow this up and frame it and put it in our house as soon as we enter or wherever we see that whichever room we are sitting. A simple statement, that you have enough or I have enough. Put a statement and frame it because we have enough. Seriously. Having said that, whatever we have is temporary. Even time is temporary because once it is lost, it's gone. The past minute can never be gotten back. Isn't it? Everything I have is temporary. That is why it is called Jagat. We've spoken about it. Jagat. Whatever comes in this world is Jagat only. Comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. But they all represent a symbol, an emblem of something that is permanent. Right? So what is it? That is the most supreme wealth. Okay. That is not Mahalakshmi. That is the place where Mahalakshmi resides. That is permanent. That is Vakshasthalam, we say in that slokam. Right? Right? Vakshasthalam. Vakshaha means Hridayam. Sthalam means place. Home. Real home. That is the most supreme wealth, and that is nothing but Hridayam. Hridayam. Okay, that is the one. Pradyumnaha. Pradyumnaha. Okay, now you understand why Pradyumnaha. See, Sanskrit etymologically, it is so beautiful. You'll never forget the meaning once you understand. Okay, so putting it crudely in English, the most supreme wealth, most permanent wealth, okay, is Hridayam only. Now it is not in Vaikuntham or some other place. Immediately look at the sky and say, Bhagavan is all. No. We look up because it is subtle. The subtler it is, the higher up it goes. So anything heavy, we look down. Anything light, we look up. So the subtler than the subtlest is Bhagavan, that prema. And that is very much present all through my body, all through my mind, all through my intellect, all through my senses that I have. And it is shining in inexplicable brightness, as Narayana Suttam says, in the right side of my physical heart. And if we take one measure like this, we call as whatever we use for this, John, I think, right? So exactly from the top, if you take, but from your this point, what do you call this in English? This not phalanx, is it? That vocal cord place where it is. So if you take, there is a medical term for this, from neck, that little depression in the neck. So if you take from there and put one where that measure comes, that is where the Hridayam, that the Jyoti is shining there all through the body from there. Okay? That is Pradyumnaha. Now, Pradyumnaha, Amita Vikramaha. Now, the Vikramaha, you know, Vikraman, with like Trivikraman, we say, you know, Trivikramavataram. What does it Vikram mean? Vikram means Parakramam. Okay? And Parakramam, not only ability, but also the thing that rises up, okay, with tremendous strength and courage, everything put together. Parakramam, right? And the thing that accomplishes many things, right? Now, here, Amita Vikramaha means, next question, when you think of Trivikram Avataram, can we, our mind immediately wonders, isn't it? When you go to the temple where you can see Trivikram Avataram, right? Like Tadal and Kovil and places like that, or Kumbakonam, places like that. And you normally have Bhagavan very tall and one foot this way, another foot like that. And even that itself is mind-boggling for us because you're trying to capture something that is uncapturable. So it's beyond the mind ability of the mind to even imagine. But you know, it is so big and so expansive all the time. It comes like that. Now, does it have a limit? Can somebody put a limit and capture it and close it? Right? Impossible. That is Amita. Something that is uncapturable, without bounds, no boundless. That is again prema only. See, the moment, at least for me, when the moment I say prema, I'm able to personalize it. It is no longer on a piece of paper, right? Agree? Agree? So, Aniruddho pratirata pradyumno mita vikramaha. That is number 67, I think, right? 68. Okay. Then, Kalane miniha saurir sura saurir janeswaraha. Now here, there's a little bit of a difference in the way the lesson is. Something it is sometimes it changes a little bit, but doesn't matter. Meaning is the same because the words sometimes appear before, sometimes later. Okay? But we will go through that. Kalane miniha saurir sura jane swaraha. Some people say like that. Okay. Then kalane miniha suras sauris sura jane swaraha, like that. There is a little bit of a difference in the education. Yeah. Kalane miniha viras. Vira is also there. Okay. That is another partam. Okay. See, this is the beauty. When there's infinite names, literally, whatever name you say, it applies to Bhagavan only. Simple. As simple as that. Okay. So, here we'll take this. And the Viraha, Saurihi, Surajaneswaraha is one partam. Okay. That is what you all have in your book. Then Saurihi, Suraha, Surajaneswaraha is another partam. Okay. So we'll go through both Viram, Saurihi, and what aspect it is. Kalane miniha, the first one. Now, before Rama killed Ravana, okay, Bhagavan took the avataram, as you all know, because he took the vow, he granted the prayer of all the devas, the Rakshasas, are making our life miserable, right? Being very cruel activities. So when a Raja is acting like that, ordinary people like us, what can we do? We only suffer. We just only recourse we have is to pray to Bhagavan, right? And the aspect that makes us pray to Bhagavan is a Daivic aspect. That is the presence of Deva within us, right? To go immediately to seek Bhagavan and say, please help me, protect me. And Bhagavan is listening. Even though we think he's not responding, trust me, he's listening. Every footfall of an ant also he hears. And That's one happened, an anecdote I'll tell you how he is listening and he's watching. It occurs to me, Bhagavan's one devotee, very fine lady. She lives in the United States. And very blessed lady. And there are two anecdotes I'll tell you about that lady. Another comes, which I think you'll enjoy. Okay? So she was, once she was a young girl at the time in Brindavan in Bangalore in Whitefield. She was sitting there and Bhagavan was giving a discourse. And being a young girl and all that, the account, even the elders, we don't have steadiness, right? Mind wanders all over the place and things, so many other things, right? And so the girl was sitting there and was sitting on a lawn, right, at that time. So with her hand, she was plucking grass, like this a child tends to do. After the discourse, Swami comes to her and says, no, you should not kill grass. And I think that's also got a life being. You should not pluck it and throw it. It's a beautiful lesson, right? And so then next day or so, somebody was mowing the lawn. So this girl asked Swami, that is wrong. That is killing the grass. And then Swami said, no, that is a haircut. So remember that. So this other thing that I wanted to tell you was, I forget the other one. My God, I wanted to say, just call me anyhow, sorry. Why Bhagavan comes, okay, in response to the prayers. Okay, let me move on. If the other anecdote comes, I will, Bhagavan reminds me, then I'll share that with you. So, in response to the prayers of, the other anecdote is this, why Bhagavan is watching, right? Very important anecdote. Amazing. So this lady now, this young girl grows up and marries, and in fact, actually Bhagavan performed her marriage, and just before the final agreement was done, she took her aside separately and said, do you really like this person? Otherwise, I can stop this marriage if you don't like it. However, that shows this misconception we have that women don't have freedom and elders come and thrust a boy on her and they marry. It's not like that. The women are given lots of respect. Even Bhagavan himself says, so it is a choice. Anyway, she was here, and she, unlike other Indian ladies here, if they have gets a child and then in the morning she has to go to work, right? But people normally, in order to support the family, right? So everybody's in a hurry in the morning, right? Make coffee, this, and go and get into the car and rush, and that's what 99.9% of us do, right? So she was also in a rush to get to the car and get to work. But in that, in the backyard, they had a rose plant, and there's a beautiful blooming. She was in California at that time, so the roses all bloom very big, beautiful roses there in California. So she sees that through the window. Immediately she rushes out and plucks that and goes to the puja room. Okay, Swami, this is for you. And then she rushes out. Now, she rushes out. Her father is in Bangalore. And so at that time, Swami comes for darshan and tells her father, okay, gives the daughter's name and says, tell your daughter, if she is your daughter, then tell so-and-so, right, that I got the rose. And the father didn't know what was happening. He didn't realize. So next day when he calls, when he talks to his daughter, he says, hey, Swami told me yesterday evening that he got the rose. I didn't know what he was talking about. She knew. Because every time, you put a flower, don't think it is just a picture that I'm doing. Seriously, truthfully, Bhagavan knows. Every thought, everything he knows. So don't always remember that. Okay? So coming to Kalanimiya. So this prayer that all the Devas give, please protect us from this, cruelty. We cannot live like this. It was so cruel. I'll give you another story. another thing that happened in Rama's life. After now, Kalanemi, I'll come to Kalanemi in a minute, okay? But after the battle was over between Rama and Ravana, and we also saw that some of us heard Adi Sankara, right? After Ravana was killed, the moment he was killed, it is a beautiful sight. What happened, what Rama did, that's another time, because all these things come to my mind, so I have this impulse to share, so I'm controlling myself. After Ravana was killed, one lady, he had a small child in her hand, okay? Really huge battlefield. And you've got to go to Lanka to see how huge the battle, get an idea of the size of the battlefield. It's amazing. Amazing, trust me. It is not like what we picture. It is incredibly huge. And Ravana was staying somewhere there so far away, miles away, and Rama was here. They were on top of a flat hill. It was huge area, miles and miles. And so this mother, as soon as Ravana was shot and killed and fell down, she drops her child and runs. So Lakshmana was looking at this. He said, Rama, what kind of a mother is this? Drops the child and rushes. Rama then tells him a beautiful lesson that's for all of us to understand. No, she's not dropping the child and going, no. She has been suppressed all these years under the cruel rulership of Ravana. She has been wanting to have the darshan of Rama and to be with Rama. That the yearning was so strong that as soon as she got the chance, she runs. And this is very important for us to understand. How can a mother drop the child and go? Mother is not taking care of the child. What did Dhruva's mother do? That is an important lesson to learn. It is only Bhagavan who takes care. Sometimes he takes care through the body of the mother, sometimes through some other body. Bhagavan takes care, not you or me. It's a beautiful lesson to learn. That is surrender. Okay? So, now coming back, so the promise that Bhagavan gave is that he said, he didn't say, I will kill Ravana and come. The boon that he granted was, I will annihilate all the Rakshasa Vamsams. Rakshasas means not just physical, people with the Rakshasic tendencies. That is why Vibhishana was not a Rakshasa, even though he was born in one. Okay? The tendency, the mindful tendencies to cause cruelty, to harm, right? People with that tendency, people with those tendencies, I will annihilate. So, now after Kumbhakarna was killed, next battle is with Ravana only. But before Ravana was started, Rama said, there is Kalanemi is there, but I have given my word. I have to annihilate him. And Kalanemi lives in Padala. Okay? And that is a beautiful story. How Rama and Lakshmana were, once he decided, how Rama and Lakshmana got abducted to the Padala by Kalanemi. Because Kalanemi is very powerful. He's even more powerful than Ravana, the brother of Ravana. Okay? And he knew that Kumbhakarna was killed, another brother, so very angry. He came, disguised himself as Vibhishana, and came down, and even he deceived Hanuman himself. The story is, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit more, but let me complete that. Okay? If Hanuman was so much devoted, he didn't even sleep a wink, just like Lakshmana was. There were two people who didn't sleep a wink protecting Rama. Okay, Hanuman, at night time you have to picture. The previous day's battle was over. Night time, everybody is resting because they're following Dharma. Okay. It's only in Mahabharatam, even the nighttime battle started taking place. Adharmam started coming in because Kali Yugam was coming in. Okay? And here they followed rules. Sunset, zoom. everything closed. You go there and do your puja, whatever else that you want to do. So night time takes rest. In that big camp, you have to picture that camp. And Rama and Lakshmana were sleeping. Now, somebody has to guard, right? And that is Hanuman. Now, which direction will you guard? Now, you can be sitting on this side, but the enemy can come from that side. So what Hanuman did was, he sat in one part. With his tail, he built a huge compound wall on all the sides. So nobody could come over and get it. And he was guarding Rama and Lakshmana. Now this Kalanemi, what he did was, he wanted to take revenge on Rama and Lakshmana. Right? So he disguised himself as Vibhishana and came where Hanuman was sitting. Even Hanuman was deceived. He thought it was real Vibhishana, so he let him in. Once he let him in, of course, Rama and Lakshmana knew. They were waiting for this to happen. They were not sleeping or anything like that. They were smiling and nice. But you got to picture this scene with that beautiful Prasanna Vadanam. Bhagavan knows everything but will not say. He will let the thing happen. Because it is his drama only, you know. To him, there's no difference between a Rakshasa and a Deva. Everybody is absolute impartiality. There's only prema there. That drama that goes on. So he was waiting for the next act of the drama to take place. This is the beauty, as they say. Bhagavan himself says about himself. He writes a play. He acts a play. Okay, he knows what's going to happen in the next scene, next act, everything. He also directs a play, and he also sits in the audience and watches. This is the beauty of Bhagavan. So, here the next thing is watching. Kalanemi has come through inside the camp. He grabs Rama and Lakshmana, who are pretending to sleep, and he goes to the Padala. Which means what? Even today we see, you go to Florida and all the thing, immediately there is the earth caves in, right? Right? That's a reality. Even those days it happened. Okay, sinkhole, exactly. Where does it happen from? Sinkhole, being like that. That is the way Kalanemi made that big hole and went to the Padal. Now, after some time, real Vibhishana comes there. And Hanuman was astounded. Hey, you just passed by. Immediately Vibhishana knew, because he is also the same family. He knows all those tantrams and man. Hey, you've been fooled. It is Kalanemi who had come. And so immediately Hanuman gets him. Yes, there is a huge hole. So then immediately Hanuman goes there, and there's a beautiful thing. How about Kalanemi had done this beautiful, very powerful yagam. And at the conclusion of the yagam, you have to offer. The final offering was Rama and Lakshmana. They had been bound. And so about to be offered. Now, what Hanuman does, as he entered the Patala Lokam, one lady was carrying a huge big garland to be offered to that goddess to whom Kalanemi was praying. To do like we do Durga Homam and all these things, you know. Like that Kalanemi, they were all, interestingly, they were all great bhaktas. Ravana was a great Shiva bhakta. So it's one thing to love God, another thing is to be selfish, and you have to be very, very careful of this cruel tendency coming in the mind. You have to control it, nip it in the bud, right? Ravana's problem was kamam, desire, which he couldn't control, right? And Duryodhana's the problem was krodham, anger, jealousy, right? So like that we have to watch everything get carried here. So what Hanuman did immediately, as the lady was carrying the garland, he went into the garland, because Hanuman can also assume other forms. So in the form of the garland, the goddess, they put the garland around the goddess, and the homam was concluded, and the Yaga Bali, as they say, Rama and Lakshmana knew. They were bound there. They knew Hanuman had come here. So they were nicely waiting. And then at the right moment, Hanuman jumped out of the garland and killed Kalanemi. Okay? And that's the story of that is what here means. Yes, Kalanemi Niha. Okay? The Ha means the killing, the elimination, annihilation of that. Okay? This is, just picture that, see how beautiful it is. Right? Kalanemi Niha. Saurihi. Now, 8:38. We'll take Saurihi and then we'll conclude for today. See, when you say Sauri, also Viraha, Viram, let us take the Viram. Viram means, courage and parakramam, the ability, right, the competence, everything is included in that, right? Right? And it is also, you may have the ability to do something, but you may hesitate to employ the ability because of fear, because of doubt, because of lack of confidence, or because whatever else, right? Where we put our own limitations in our mind. If you really look at it, and they teach this to you in management also, whatever is limitation that we think is really self-imposed only. So nobody else is putting any limitation on you. It's only you are doing that. Thanks that limitation. Without that limitation, if you operate, how will it be? That is Viram. Okay? So when there's something, adharmam takes place, immediately go for that. But in a skillful way, not in a foolhardy way. Okay? That is where the ability and competence comes in. So that tendency, that is Viram. Whatever, come what may, will stand up. Now, Saurihi is when we say Asura and we say Sura. Sura means immediately it gives some, the same Viram aspect comes there, isn't it? Right? Now, Sauri is a beautiful name, and it is normally used for Rama and Krishna and all that, right? Now, I love that thing because just imagine for a second. Bhagavan has got unlimited power. This prema has got unlimited power, right? I mean, that's why we say Tat Savitur Varenyam, we say greater than the greatest. Amazing. When we all know in our life, even whether I achieve something or I don't achieve something, whatever it is, even though I may feel proud and all that, I know I have not done it. There is something beyond me. Each one of us knows that, isn't it? Now that is very powerful. It is so powerful. Then how can I access it? Right? Even to go and see a president of a company is not that easy. Can you go and see the president of the United States? Not easy. They're not Sauris, right? Sauri means one who is also accessible. If you take the right way, immediately is accessible. So he comes Bhagavan, when he sits in the interview room and people are sitting talking to him, they're not distant like this. People will be sitting so close, touching him all around. That is how accessible and available he is. In spite of his might and power and everything else, even though he's present everywhere, he also makes himself very easily available and accessible to anybody who wants him, regardless of your qualifications. No qualifications required. Seriously, no scholarship, no Vedic knowledge, no bhajans, nothing is required. Only required is I must love him. I must want him sincerely. If I want him sincerely, immediately it's available to me. That's only the requirement. I want so many other things in life, isn't it? But do I want Bhagavan? Think for a second. But sincerely I'm talking about. That aspect of Bhagavan, that accessibility, easy availability, nothing else is required. But because he himself, once I want him, even though I may be the most cruel person, like Ratnakar was before he became Valmiki, right? Doesn't matter. All the impurities I have in my mind, all the desires in my mind, so I feel deficient, I feel unqualified. No, nothing like that. If I have a sincere desire, all the impurities will get pulverized, become pure in his company. He himself will take care. That's the beauty and the power of prema. It's available and easily accessible to each one of us if I want it. If I want to be loving in life, immediately it is possible. But do I want it to be loving? That's the question. It's available to everyone. Rich, poor, healthy, sick, man, woman, child, doesn't matter. That's easily available. That aspect of prema, that aspect is sauri. This aspect to demonstrate, to manifest that, the Rama, moment you think, immediately you have a mental distance, one of respect, so purity, so dharma swarupam. The moment I say dharmam, it means something I cannot even capture. Oh my God, beyond reach, right? Right? Something like that's the way we all feel about dharmam, right? Even though that's what's supporting us. But so, Rama was venerated and everybody respected him, everybody loved him, but the distance was always there, wasn't it? Whereas Krishna, no distance. Okay? So that is Sauri. Aniruddho pratirata pradyumno mita vikramaha kalanemiha saurihi or kalanemiha viraha. Okay, you can say either one. Then Surajaneswaraha. Okay, that Swami said we'll take up